Distinguished delegate. Since morning, we have been listening to different lectures which is related to the clinical situations and ethical, but this is totally a hardcore experimental study. And what I'm trying to do, like Dr. Kharbanda has done it for that boy with a smile. So I'll just put something like make it more simple so that it will be more attractive. Now, this piece of research papers we have done with granulocyte colony stimulating factors to improve the memory of neurobehavior in amyloid beta-induced experimental model in Alzheimer's disease in experimental rat. Now, if you look at the background and impact of Alzheimer's, like though we look at the Western countries, it's a huge burden, but it's also in India because of increasing in our lifespan. You can see it in PGI we have a data of at least we get 4 to 5 patients in a day, in a week time. Now look at the population, what it is estimated that though it is said that below 1% individual 60 to 64, and it is going to be huge population of 81 million by 2040. Now basically if you look at the pathophysiology, it is because of the imbalance of A-beta productions, and that accumulated in the hippocampus and dentin gyrus. So both, if you look at that, it is because of the imbalance in case of familial or sporadic, it is the same. Now look at the changes. Of course we do not know exact pathophysiology, but we know that there is a change of ventricular, then the change of this gyrus, so that is changes over progressive disease. Now we know that this is a degenerative disease, and we can see, look at that when you categorize mild, moderate and severe, and it causes a lot of morbidities in case of progressive disease. Now this is a population like they are going to develop that huge burden in the world. It is, we get 980 new cases per day, 40 new cases every hour. So this is going to cause the problem for India also. Now, as you, I'll just skip that because why there is need of intervention, because if you see the drug therapy, it's, some of the drugs are available. We start with memantine, ribastibine, galantamine, but only the problem is all these drugs, it is not a curative drug. It is it is not curative, that you cannot cure the disease, it is only the suppressive therapy. So we need to look at the pathophysiology or newer, because if you look at the changes over pathophysiology, earlier used to stress on A-beta production, now people are thinking of the tau pathophysiology, it is more important. So looking at a new intervention, because we have been working with GCSF for a long time, and we initially used for Buzzard's disease, and where we find it actually enhances the progenitor cell. So we look at GCSF glycoprotein, which proliferative differentiation neutrophilic progenitors, and we had done some studies with ischemic brain model also, where it is found that it is a promising one. So that's the reason we thought of using GCSF for this piece of work, and keeping in mind that we'll evaluate the GCSF and look at the behavioral parameters and biochemical parameters, also look at the pathophysiology like acetylcholinesterase and immunopathological changes with some of the marker which actually shows that it enhances the changes in the A-beta production in the dental gyrus and the hippocampus. Now this is a totally experimental study. If we see that we train the animals from 0 day, 0 day we train, because when you do experimental study, it's not a single piece of behavioral parameters is enough, because you have to go for a battery of the test. So this is usually we done is Morris water test, and we start from the -4 days, and where on 0 day it was done with stereotactic method. We inject A-beta lipoprotein 142 into the lateral ventricles of 5 microliters, both the ventricles. Then we evaluated on 7 days, 12 days and 14 days, and this is a model, because I already said this is a degenerative disease. But if you look at the experimental model, we have, this is the most acceptable model with A-beta model, where that animal developed dementia within 21 days. Of course, we have other model like isoprotenolol who will look at that tau protein pathophysiology. So after 21 days, we had done all these studies, behavioral studies, then animal was sacrificed, biochemical and RNA study and histopathological studies was done. So as I said that we have to go for battery of the test in behavioral. We had done Morris waters, elevated plasmas, actophotometers and rotarod in order to see the motor coordinations. Now, these are the battery of the stage, along with once that animal was sacrificed after 21 days, that all these biochemical parameters, lipid peroxidation, reduced glutathione, then superoxide SOD, nitrate, and acetylcholinesterase were estimated. Now, along with that, we wanted to see that whether it is in a localized area in hippocampus and dentate gyrus, whether it enhanced the RNA or not in the benzo by doing the immunohistochemistry, and also we wanted to evaluate that ROS. Now look at the results, like we had done with the Morris Waters, like I already said that animals were trained on -4, and on 0 day, A beta was injected into the lateral ventricles bilaterally by stereotactic measures, and it was evaluated on 7 day and then on 14 days and day 21. Now, based on the pilot study, we selected a dose, and we also extrapolated the dose from the human of the CSF. We started with 10 microgram, 35 microgram, 70 microgram, where it is found that the memory is enhanced, which when you use 35 microgram per kg body weight and 70 microgram per kg body weight. Now, we had used the software E2Vision because moment we train the animals, like you can see that on 0 day and on 7 day and 14 days. Now look at this control group, some operated A beta. Now with this 70 microgram per kg, it has been shown that the retention time memory was enhanced statistically significant, and it is found to be good. Now another thing is the Morris Waters mean move, like distance move by the animals. It was found that along with 70 microgram, of course it was a dose dependent effect, both 35 and 70 was a better dose, and it was found that with 70 microgram per kg it has been found a better dose. Now look at the retention time is also found to be promising with 70 microgram per kg body weight. Now, in case of elevated plasmids, this is normally if you see that when you expose the animal into elevated plasmids, they try to go to do the darker one. Now, if it has been found that with this 70 microgram, of course with 35 also has been found statistically significant in elevated plasmids. And another test is rotarot, where you want to see the coordination. We put the animal into the rotarot with the different chambers and just see that we have the GCSF with 70, 35 and 10 microgram along with A beta, disease conditions and some operated, and it has been found that with 70 microgram and 35 microgram it has been found that good coordination in 21 days treatment. Now similarly for exploratory behavior, because normally when you keep the animals into the chambers, they try to explore the area. This is a proking test, and from that you can indirectly evidence that how is the behaviors. And with this 35 and 70 microgram, it has been found it is improved with this GCSF. Now look at the other parameters, biochemical parameters and parameters like acetylcholinesterase, and it has been found that with this A beta, which has been very much increased once it was given injection, then with this treatment with 70 microgram per kg, it has been improved in biochemical parameter as well as acetylcholinesterase and nitric acid. Then we wanted to find that whether, because normally when the question asks that when you give the treatment, is it going to give the effect in the localized area or not. So that's the reason we had isolated, once we sacrificed the animal, we have isolated the hippocampus and dental gyrus, and you want to see that how the expression of the RNA in that particular area, because normally when you look at the pathophysiology, it is the accumulation of A beta lipoprotein, and because the neuroenvironmental whole thing is changed and it affects the memory. So if you look at the data, so this is one positive data that we have found that the expression is more with 35 and along with 70 it is much better. Now look at this immunohistopathology pictures that with this that we have established the model that there is a beta lipoprotein accumulation with this A beta 1, and there is an improvement. It is not seen with 35 and 70 microgram per kg body. Now ROS also, it has been found with GCSF that there is an improvement with ROS, reactive oxygen species. So most important point is because we wanted to highlight, because I have already said that we had worked on Barja, so where we found that it's enhanced the progenitor cell, and we look at the markers CD34 where it is found that it is actually enhanced in the brain area and with the marker also. So if you look at this, we found that to our knowledge, this is the first study we had done in Alzheimer's disease with GCSF or promising effect. I have already said that we have done a couple of studies with GCSF in brain ischemia, where I think so far 6 cases have been done, and it has been found that it enhanced and it actually help in reducing the oxidative stress, and along with most important point, it is actually proliferate the RNA and also progenitor cell in the brain. Now, if you look at that, because based on these biomarkers, based on this the cellular proliferation marker, we can say that it actually have a localized effect in the brain. So that is one promising. So what we can do is, because normally what we describe today is whatever we do in the lab, that has to be translated. The patient should get the benefit. So we can only propose that based on this the data, we can think of a clinical study where you can use a GCSF for for treatment of Alzheimer's. Of course, nowadays we are looking at that, can you give the treatment at the early stage? The reason behind, because moment a full-fledged Alzheimer's develop, it is difficult to treat. So now we have a lot of biomarkers where you can think of that this person is going to develop a Alzheimer's, where you can give the treatment initially and you can give the benefit. So thank you very much, sir.